What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol SNOA for Sonoma Pharmaceuticals. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First thing I need to point out is that this did have a pretty significant pop today on some catalysts that they're increasing or expanding, rather, their dental line. But as you know, this is a technical analysis. We don't really care too much about the fundamentals. What does this have a history of doing in terms of price action? Well, certainly this large red candle strikes me as an obvious example there. This red candle here, here, as well as here. Every single time you can see whenever there's been a major catalyst, usually, again, this could be something different, but usually prices do fade back down and return to this sort of normal range that we would consider somewhere in here. So just to map out from, a very broad, painting with a broad brush, right? Where is that zone? Where is that consolidation range that we're discussing? It's 934 down to about 643. As shares are currently trading right now, they're actually even down further in the post market, right? If I do something like this and show the extended hours trading session, oops, there we go. You can see that in the post market, they are dribbling lower. So it's not like the selling just kind of stopped at the bell here. It is continuing to the downside. So what can we look for going forward? Well, certainly, obviously, we have a huge gap underneath us. I'm not saying it's going to fill all in one day, but the gap fill would be down here at $5.70, give or take. That would, of course, coincide or have to be with a break of today's low. Obviously, as we know, the pre-market is trading lower, but a lot can happen between now and 9:30 at the bell. So as long as we're trading under 814, that gap fill is likely in play, or just returning back down towards this sort of 650 floor inside of SNOA. One thing I would want to make your attention to is volume, right? And whenever we see catalyst plays, momentum plays, anything like that, you really want to keep a close eye on volume. If volume even starts to dry up a little bit, starts looking like what we have back here, aka nothing, then you're probably due for a fade here, a dribbling back down into this range, which we've outlined now. So that's about that. Let's focus on the 30-minute time frame before we wrap this video up. There's not a whole lot to say here, but what we do want to do is just break out the Fibonacci's and just see what was going on from multiple different perspectives. So on the first drive lower, that would be the range as noted from the high, the failure to hold that high, and then moving all the way to this wick low. Where did we do, or how did we fare with that 38.2? Clear rejection there, right? So that clearly was a weak move to the upside. None of it hold. It consolidated in the lower 38.2% here, and that's obviously a bearish call. So if we get rid of that and now do our Fibonacci's from here to the next drive lower, which would be, of course, this one, how did our 38.2 fare here? And of course, it did break back to the upside, but what did reject here at the 61.8? And obviously, we've closed extremely weak all the way down at the lows. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to really see that, especially from the daily candlestick that we have printed here. So all things considered, the chart does not look that great. If I had to be someone who would give you a potential trade idea here, the only long I could even consider taking would be if it somehow got back up above 10 and really consolidated somewhere up here. That's what I would argue would be semi-bullish. Again, really not even that bullish at all. But a break of 1150 could put into play that recent high that we just set here. That's the only bullish thing or potential trade idea I could see even watching for. I will just flip over to the trade tab to let you know that this is hard to borrow, so you're not going to short the shares. And obviously, there is no options chain to go short here. Overall, as we mentioned, chart isn't looking so hot. So if you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.